Alright, let's dive in. We definitely don't want to get stuck at 50, right? No way. It's no fun thinking about hitting 50 and just stopping. This topic is really interesting. We're talking about age and how it affects our drive. The concept is brilliant, blossoming after 50. But let's be real, a lot of folks seem to plateau way before that. It's like teens figuring out who they are, 20s grappling with society, 30s battling it out, 40s finally finding their stride, and then 50s feeling a bit worn out. I'm speaking as someone in their 40s. Looking at entertainers maybe a decade or so older than me, they're often killing it as MCs. But once you get past 50, the ones still rocking those roles are like the chosen ones, the legends. The rest? A lot of them seem to lose momentum and struggle. It's like, once you hit 50, is it all downhill from there? I used to rush through my younger years. I hated feeling immature. I wanted to be taken seriously. By 35, after some success, I was ready to conquer the world. Now, at 40, I'm enjoying the ride, exploring new things. But then it hits me. What about when I'm 50? What's the vision then? So, let's talk about the traits of people who get stuck at 50. And listen up, because these aren't just 50-year-old problems. These characteristics apply to anyone who isn't growing in their 30s and 40s too. So, pay attention, no matter your age. Look for these common threads in people who seem to stall out. First up, saying things like, "I really don't want to work in my old age. I'd like to retire early if possible. I don't really want to work that much." Or, "I have something I want to do, but it won't make any money." I hear that all the time. "I want to do this, but there's no money in it, so I won't do it." And finally, "You have to do things you don't like to survive." Doesn't that sound familiar? Imagine one person saying all these things. "I don't want to work when I'm old. I'd love to do this other thing, but it's not profitable, so I'm working this job I don't like to survive." That basically describes someone who's stuck in a job they hate. We've all heard the lecture from our parents. Only a few people get to do what they love. You have to work hard at a job you hate. And lots of people have been sent out into the world with that mindset. But those are the people who are most likely to get stuck at 50. If you're working hard at something you dislike, I've got bad news. The idea that only a select few can make a living doing what they love, and that most people have to grin and bear it at jobs they despise, that's just not true. In fact, doing work you dislike is a recipe for a gloomy future. So, how do you make a living doing what you love? The key is that it is possible to turn your passions into a career. It all boils down to like what you do, and you'll do it well. Let's break it down. You do something you genuinely want to do. Because you want to do it, you work hard at it. When you work hard, you get good at it. Because you're good at it, people appreciate it. When people appreciate it, you have the potential to make money. Making money makes you want to do it more. And so on. It's a positive cycle. This is a super powerful cycle that you can keep going. The opposite cycle is you force yourself to do something you hate. Because you don't want to do it, you don't improve. Because you're not good at it, you don't get paid well. Because you don't get paid well, you don't want to do it. And on and on. Think about it. Are you stuck in that negative loop? You don't want to do it, so you don't try. You don't improve, so you don't get paid well. You don't get paid well, so you don't want to do it. That work hard, even at a job you hate advice your parents gave you? It's actually the opposite of what you should do. If you've been forcing yourself to do things you dislike, it's time to rethink. Anyway, that's the report from your inner child. So, whether you're in the good loop or the bad loop by the time you hit 50, makes a huge difference in how the rest of your life plays out. It's not just about doing what you love, it's about being in that positive cycle. Even if your physical strength starts to decline a bit, or you lose some of your youthful energy, if you're in that good loop, you can keep going. But if you're in the bad loop, there's no hiding it. So, get into that good loop as soon as possible, whether you're 20, 30, or 40. If you're in the bad loop, you're going to pay for it later in life. Now, how do you get into this good loop? Well, it's connected to the 10,000-hour rule, which says you can become a professional at anything if you put in 10,000 hours of practice. That means if you practice cooking 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for about 5 years, you can become a professional chef. But here's the thing, can you really put in that kind of time doing something you hate? Probably not. The 10,000-hour rule isn't about becoming anything you want. It's about committing to something you love, because that's the only way you'll put in the time. I have been creating content for a long time. I pour my heart and soul into it, and the time flies because I love what I do. Doing something you hate is just painful. So, if you're spending your time on something you don't enjoy, switch gears and spend that time on something you're passionate about. If you start a YouTube channel, you learn by doing. See what works, what doesn't, and adjust. It's all about practice and learning. This approach applies to any field. If you learn something new by doing, rather than studying beforehand, you'll excel. And one more point, always have an escape route. It's not about giving up easily, but about not putting yourself in a situation where you can't turn back. Make it easy to try things.